Hi everyone, my name's Greg Bruce, and I'm making you a quick recording and going over the syllabi with you, and hopefully give a very brief intro to the course. Of course, I will be recording during the first week 2 videos for you to help us really get into the course. Hello everyone, my name's Greg Bruce. I'm your instructor this semester for the next 8 weeks for this MBA required course called Developing Leadership Skills. And as you can see there on the screen, I put up the syllabus, and my hope is to quickly just give you a quick introduction to expectations for the course. We start Monday, January 13th, and given that it's only 8 weeks, there's a lot of material to cover, and part of my goal is to make it as easy for you to access everything as possible. So if you read down through the syllabus, you'll see some information. I've given you my LaSalle and personal email, as well as my cell. You can email me, text me. I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. If you do text me, identify yourself, because I won't have your name in my phone. This course emphasizes the importance of self-awareness for leadership development. So we spend a lot of time focusing on you coming out of this course with a good idea of where you stand with some of the basic skills. I give you a structured way of looking at leadership skills. What are the fundamentally important skills? And I think you'll find this course very helpful in as to how we approach it. We approach it from a very prescriptive point of view rather than a highly theoretical point of view. So part of what we're trying to do there in the objectives is, give you a sense of where your strengths and maybe areas of improvement are related to various leadership skills. We're going to talk about managing stress and time, focused on decision making, enhance your ability to deal with challenging situations with other people, and so also give you an idea on how you can improve yourself in various areas. Basically, this is an online course. I try to use a number of different methods for keeping this interesting and a good learning environment. We certainly will be talking about cognitive elements, but also with the use of the self-assessments and reflective papers. I think you might find this course challenging and interesting. And so there's the portal, some things on technology, some of the required skills that are necessary. There's links in here to resources at the university that can support you. I want to highlight this book. This really is a required book for the course. It's now in the 10th edition. The text is mandatory. I recommend an easy, less expensive way is going to the publisher website and using the e-text. I will be giving you some information on how to do that. However, if you can get less expensive versions of this textbook, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the 10th, you can go back to the 8th edition, 7th edition, and that's fine. So you really want to get and have access to this textbook. And I will be giving you information on how to access it in a fairly easy way from the publisher's website. In Canvas, we'll be putting a lot of the things you will need for the course. So in terms of the course schedule, it begins on Monday the 13th. The typical week runs from Monday through Sunday night. And most of the assignments I have due on Sunday night. go into a discussion of the weekly schedule. This schedule could potentially change. Here are, just if you go down through this, some of the main topics we're talking about in the 8 weeks. As we go down through this, I do have a module down here in week 5 on groups and teams. I'm going to wait until I meet you to set this up, but I have something special planned that week where I'm going to be breaking you into smaller groups, and I have a video decision-making exercise for us. And this is all geared toward understanding group dynamics in a virtual environment. I suspect many of you have to work virtually with groups and teams. And then these just gives you an idea of the various topics we'll be dealing with throughout the semester. Assessment, I really rely on papers. There's 2 really big papers. One's called a skills analysis paper. Another one's called a skill development paper. Skills analysis is due about halfway through. Basically what I'm asking you to do, based on all the information you're getting in this text, is to write a strategic plan for yourself. And if you know in strategic planning you do a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, I'm going to be asking you to do that as part of this course. Another signature part of this course is I am going to be asking you to pick one skill area you want to improve this semester, and I'm going to ask you to develop a contract on improving that skill, and then I expect you to work on it over the next 7, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, however overtime there is. And then there's assignments, written assignments associated with each week of the course. I try to be very prompt in getting feedback back to you. There's the grading scale. I fully expect everyone to be A or B, your graduate students. And my sense is that if you do what's expected of you, you have no problems with this course. Enough said on that. I'll give you time to ask me questions as we get into the course. The rest, I have a little thing there on artificial intelligence. I'm not, hopefully this doesn't lend itself to using artificial intelligence. I'm asking you for a lot of reflective papers. But if you are using AI, I'm asking you to let me know that and what programs you're using. It's very important that you try and complete a lot of the assignments on time. That's more for your own benefit. Because this is 8 weeks, the work can really creep up real quickly. So make sure you have a plan of attack for getting the work done in the semester. I tend to be flexible. I understand situations you're in. But just try and make sure you get everything done almost as quickly as possible. And I do appreciate if you do let me know when you might be running behind on certain things. I certainly don't penalize you for it, but as I say, it's to your own benefit to try and keep up with things. And a little bit there on online etiquette and university policies and procedures. So that was a quick overview of what's in the syllabus. I will be emailing that out to you. What I put up on the screen here, we use the expression management skills, leadership skills. In my mind, many of them are interchangeable. Sometimes the definition of leadership skills are those skills having to deal with people, and management skills having to do with structures and rules and procedures. I think any person has to be skilled at both. And this is a chart that you might see in textbooks that what kind of skills are we looking at various levels of individuals? Well, many of you, when you first started your first job, probably it was a a lot of your technical knowledge and skills that were pretty important. If you were an accountant, did you have the basic knowledge of accounting, etc., or finance, or whatever the subject was? So you initially, when you get into work, you have those things that you can do that get you the job. Then you move up. And then you have certain management skills. Where are you organized? Do you use your time well? How do you relate to other people? How are you in meetings? How are you working with teams? A lot of these management type of things. And you get into more of your personal skills you begin to talk about. These are a lot of the skills of a mid-level manager. Can you, how do you get along with your boss? How do you communicate up and down the line? These are all managerial. And then at the upper levels, you're talking about leadership skills and your ability to influence others and influence processes, your ability to strategically think. So, when we talk about in this course skills, we're going to be really focusing on leadership and management. And as I say, I think leadership and management are interchangeable. So if you go down through and think of these skills, here's your technical. As I said, having knowledge about and being proficient in the specific work you're doing. And how is your hands-on ability to get things done? So this is the skills that are necessary when you get hired into an organization. Then as you move up the organization, having knowledge about and being able to work with people become more important. Assisting group members. How do you create an atmosphere of trust? All of these human skills come into play. Very important in leadership as well as management. And then you're going to be called on, and sometimes when we talk about leadership, we talk about being able to be a visionary, being able to set a plan for the future, being able to talk about goals and objectives. And that ability to do a lot of the mental work. What does this organization stand for? Where are we headed? So these are the kind of the three levels and areas that we're talking about. So I hope you found this very quick overview helpful. I'll be creating one more video as we start the class next week. And then I will be scheduling on Thursday of the first week of class, a brief face-to-face video. And hopefully through these videos and what gets posted, you'll have a good, quick introduction to the course. Thank you.